most important, it's my honor to introduce Representative Jennifer Carroll. In 2003, she was the first African-American Republican woman to be elected to the state legislature. And she currently is Vice Chair of Ethics and Elections Committee. She serves on the Finance and Taxation, on Growth Management, Business Regulation, and this is all in addition to her duties as Majority Whip. I've known Jennifer for a long time. I worked on her campaign against Corinne, so that dates us for a long time. She's retired military, and so we've got that connection. She served our veterans very well, and she served this community very well. Let's give Representative Jennifer Carroll a warm Clay County.
Thank you very much, Marge, and congratulations, Leslie, and to the Clay County Republican Executive Committee for opening up this headquarters. It's so important to have a presence in the community where people will know where to come to gather information, to get themselves well informed and educated before they go to the polls. Just this week I sent out information about the Clay County Supervisor of Elections Office and their improvement in their IT so that information can be disseminated to the voters right from their computer. So they can go right online, get information, process it, register to vote, and get more information about, and candidates as well. You can get immediate time response as to who's returned their ballots, making it a little easier for you to hone in your campaign to focus to those people that have not returned their ballots. But what's most important is that we are connecting to the voters, and what I stated in my caption there in my email is that this allows the voters to be educated and informed on the amendments and the candidates before going to the ballot. Because an ignorant voter is a dangerous voter, as we can see with many other things that we've had come before us that passed on the ballot. But I do want to recognize somebody that I think deserves another round of applause, and that's Matt Shirk. Matt, I have never seen a public defender as public as Matt Shirk.
Woo!
It seems as if he's campaigning every time because everywhere I go, Matt's there. And that beautiful face of yours can't be refuted because people see that smile and they go, oh, I'm protected now. So thank you, Matt, for being engaged and involved in all of the areas in which you represent. I appreciate that very much. That's what a public servant is supposed to do. This is very critical election time. This is going to be the benchmark in which we put our thumb on the pulse of the voters to let them know how critical it is to elect the right persons in office to bring about the focus of our Constitution, both state and federal Constitution, to do the job that the people elected us to do and to represent those that have put us into office and not be cocky about it. The other day a reporter asked me about term limits, and I said before I got into office I thought term limits would be with the voters to vote them out if you don't like it, but it doesn't happen that way. And then when people that do not deserve to be re-elected get re-elected just because of name ID or have more money, they tend to get cocky, they tend to get a swell head, and they tend to feel that they don't have to represent the people who elected them, and they represent themselves and do whatever. And then we have government run awry as we see in Washington, D.C. If we had term limits there, we can clean up shop. We may get some bad ones in, but by Christ, at least it's going to be for a shorter period of time than a lifetime. But I tell you, it's so important because now we don't have a presidential election going on to encourage and entice and motivate people to get out there to the ballots. So we may have a low turnout, don't know. It's going to be to the candidates how you move and motivate your voters to turn out that's going to help. But we need a strong voter turnout to change the tide and let the rest of America see that we're not going to stand for the status quo anymore. If you believe that this state, and we have on the top of our ticket, the governor's race. It's already contentious, and people are waffling back and forth on who they're going to support. I support Bill McCollum. Let you know that right now. And I'll tell you why that is so critical for us. If you believe that we need someone in office at the top of the head of the state that's going to have the vision for the state and not himself, then you need to support him. If you feel that this state needs a vision and a direction to bring the economic prosperity back to this state, then you need to vote for him. If you think that we need somebody that already have the experience, that will be able to step into the office from day one, have a plan, execute that plan to expose Florida as the economic engine for the rest of this country, then you need to support him. We do not need that seat to be a seat where you're learning, to be a seat where it's for personal gain, to be a seat where the residents and the citizens of the state of Florida will be negatively impacted because of the lack of vision. We need to make sure that this state turns its tide and turn in a positive direction to bring about jobs, to bring about economic development, to bring about not only just being noted as a Disney World state, or the retirement state, but as the R&D state, as a state where we can come, any business can come into Florida and not have the regulations that's going to tie its hands to be productive, to expand, to improve the job quality in the state of Florida. And we also need to make sure that the quality of life for everyone, regardless if you live rural or urban, have an opportunity to excel. That is what Bill McCollum will bring to the table, and I hope that you will see his record, see his experience, see his vision for the state of Florida, see his opportunity that he has to turn the tide for this state, to make it happen in a positive direction. Thank you very much for being here today, and thank you very much.